Hi, welcome back to Let's Talk Word with Maria, and I need to check the microphone if it's working all right. There you go. Yes, it does. So, anyways, welcome to Let's Talk Word with Maria Part 2. Actually, earlier I have Miss Diana Hamilton of Caffeine Radio, and she's so great earlier. But you know what? I think I have the greatest here, Mr. Robert Chandler the fourth.
Yes,
I said second earlier. I apologize. He's the fourth.
the fourth.
Yeah, I thought he is the original. But,
Yeah.
anyways, welcome to my show.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for gracing my show.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure, sir.
Yeah.
Pleasure is with social media shows.
Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna give them a whole lot, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and introduce yourself to our viewers and tell us what you do. Where are you from? How
Well,
old are you? Do you have
of
kids?
course.
Single? No, just kidding. You have-
Well, I'm originally from Chicago, and
Mhm.
I moved out here about 10 years ago. Single father raising two boys. My ex-wife is out here as well, and we are co-parenting together to
That's
raise our boys.
amazing. That's amazing. You
Yeah.
don't see that much anymore these days.
No, you don't see that too much at all. And so we have found a way to make it work, and it's great. It's great for she and I. It's great for us as individuals, and it's great for our boys.
That's amazing. Yeah, we need a lot of father and our parents
Hmm.
that raise their kids together. Either they're not living together or they do. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah, you can still be a family and
Yeah.
not legally or technically still be married. So
Exactly. That's a
yeah,
good.
it's still possible.
It is very possible.
Yeah.
It's just come with your initiative and willingness. To be there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, for me, it's really about values,
Mm-hmm.
and when you have values, that creates the foundation
Mm-hmm.
for you as an individual and your family.
That's true. That's true. Well, I met this guy on social media.
Yeah.
Yes, we had a lot of conversation that's going on social media, and I he just literally went into my head, and I'm like, hey, I can see, I can see behind your brain.
Uh-huh.
I can read behind your brain, and I'm like, I just like what I told you earlier. I just couldn't express the way other people who were raised here in the U.S. How we express it ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I'm like, oh my god. But anyways, so what do you do currently?
I do whatever makes me feel good, so that can be anywhere from personal training to group fitness training to teaching spin classes to whatever. I'm all about discovering and exploring business coaching, personal coaching, whatever coaching. Everyone's using the word coaching, so let's just say I'm a coach on the bike.
I said you're a jack of all trades.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a jack of all trades. I would just say that I know what my gift is, and when you know what your gift is or your superpower is, it can be used in any areas of life, in any job. So you don't have to be exactly a jack of all trades. You just need to know what your superpower is, and it can be used in any field.
That's true. Well, you know what? I love what you said earlier that you shouldn't be titled.
Labels, no labels.
Labels, yeah,
Mhm.
labels. You shouldn't be labeled because by labeling yourself, you're limiting yourself to other things that you can do in
Yeah.
life.
It's like you set limitations for yourself. You know, I grew up in a time where you were known by the title of your job, but then that also limited you to what you could do. Or if you said, "Hey, I do this or I do that," well, that's all you do. And so now for me, it's not about having any labels or any titles. It's just about I do whatever I do that makes me feel good. And if it doesn't make me feel good, then I won't do it.
That's true. That's true. Well, you know what? You said you moved here. How many years ago?
About 9 years
Nine
ago.
years. 9 years
Yeah.
ago. So you moved from Illinois to here.
From Chicago to Vegas.
Yeah. What do you think about the weather?
I love the weather. That's one of the reasons why I moved from Chicago.
I know,
It's
right?
the weather.
Oh, I
yeah,
thought-
no more snow.
Do you sing too, or
Do I what?
do you sing?
Sing? No, I don't sing.
because I see a lot.
No.
Well, I just met this guy, Timothy
Okay.
Dark. Um, he is a rapper in New York.
Okay.
So he moved here because he wanna pursue his dreams. Oh,
Okay.
he already has some songs on, Spotify. I think that's what
Yeah.
they call it. Yeah, but he still wanna, because he knows that this is the entertainment center of the entertainment.
Okay.
That's why he came here. And I hope good luck to you, Mr. Dark. I hope you pursue your dreams and find a way to succeed here in Vegas. That's why I ask you, do you sing?
Oh no. I mean,
Do you dance?
I can just dance just because I'm black, but I can dance now.
Oh, is that how it is? So
No,
I am not black, so I cannot dance.
Hey, I don't
Now,
know.
now
Well,
my
it could be. I mean, you got a lot of black people out there who may not know how to dance. You got a lot of any other colored people who
you
know
know
how to
my
dance or not dance.
my co-host, I don't know if you watch Musician Love Sunny. I don't know if you click on that. He is African American too, right?
Okay.
And we had a contest on our second segment, our second episode.
Okay.
We had a contest, dancing contest.
Who won?
I won, but I cannot. And he's like, you cannot even dance. You don't have a rhythm at all, which is true.
So then, how did you win?
Oh, it's by votes.
Oh,
I
okay.
bribe everybody.
I got you. I got you. Okay. Power of influence. Okay.
Yes, of course. I like that power on
Okay.
influence. Well, you know what? I remember the reason why I invited you here
Okay.
is because of our post. Remember?
There's been a lot of posts.
Yeah. Well, remember the one I post? I believe what I said in there is shucks. Trying to remember that post. Remember that post? It's the love that you give.
About loving someone more.
Yes, and then
If you love someone more than they deserve, then
you will get hurt.
You will get hurt
More than you deserve.
And more than you deserve.
Yes.
And so my comment to your page is, how do you love someone more? How do you put a value on love?
And you make sense on that. I kind of analyze it after I read that that comment from you. I'm like, okay, hold on. Yeah, that's right. There's no value in it.
Right.
Except all the things that comes with it, actually, which is the trust, what else did I say? Trust, caring, feelings.
Right.
Yeah, those are the things that comes with it, which is why you told me why you didn't.
Yeah, well, I didn't, because I'm just as guilty of doing this before too, is that we hear so many different sayings and so many different quotes, and all we do is just regurgitate it right back out. But have you ever taken a chance to really just reread that statement and ask yourself, does it really make sense? And you'll start seeing that a lot of quotes and sayings don't really make sense. And when I say it doesn't make sense, it's because so many people have their own perception of what it means to them. So when you say this, you leave so much open for interpretation and perception. And then the next thing you know, you're having a conversation where I'm proving my point that I'm right and you're wrong, and you're going to attempt to prove that you're right and I'm wrong. And next thing you know, you have people out here who rather prove that they're right than feel good. And for me, it's like, okay, well, if you want to just throw some things out there, well, just let's talk about it, because help me understand what you mean, because that's the only way I can connect to you. And if I don't understand what your point is, then we'll never connect.
Exactly. I like that idea, because I always love to ask a question, what do you mean? Because what you mean and how I understand what you're saying is totally different.
Right.
And a lot of people I see these days is they don't wanna they don't want you to, they don't wanna actually relay to you what they really mean. They just want to prove themselves that they're right. Make sense to you? Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, well, I have really good discussion with someone on Facebook. He's close to me.
Okay.
And I am the kind of person that if I am interested in a subject on Facebook, I will put my 2 cents opinion on that subject matter. It's not necessarily about me or about you. It's just in general.
But why would you do that? Like, if you were to comment, wouldn't you want to comment based off of
Experience.
just sharing your perspective from what you feel, or are
Yeah.
you not sharing your perspective of what you feel, or you just throwing out a generalization type of comment? How does that?
Well, it's actually generalization according to probably part of my experience, part of what I see from
Mhm.
others, and anything that brought me to be the person who I am now.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? It's not necessarily, and the comment that I put in there is not necessarily me.
Why? But that's the question. If you're making a comment, that comment shall only truly reflect your perspective. Anything else is your assumption of what you may think someone else is thinking about the comment. You know, we always use that word society or whatever, but it doesn't really matter. Like, if I want to make a comment on your page, then this is me.
Mm-hmm.
This is my
mm-hmm.
perception. This is my perspective. These are my feelings, and so that's because that's the only person I can speak for. I would never be able to see your life experiences through your eyes. So what would give me, you know,
I think I know what you mean by that, and you use the word assumption.
mhm.
Yeah. Okay. I am the kind of person that, based on my experience, I'm old already. I'm not young. This is a conversation that I never actually bring it out
Okay.
on the internet, and somebody is trying to get this out from me, but now you just sit down in here and you got it. But anyways, it's I am more of like what I told you. I read the based on how you act,
Mm-hmm.
and how you speak and what you speak.
Okay.
That's how I told you that earlier, right?
Right.
And I believe when you use that word assumption, I think I'm being assumptive.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. I'm being trying to prejudge. That's a word on that.
Yeah. Or I mean, it's almost like, I guess, if you're saying, if I'm understanding you correctly, that when someone makes a post, then you'll come in and give a comment based off of your perspective and maybe what you've heard someone else say about it, to give it more uh, context about what it could mean.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fair too. But that's the great thing about social media, that everyone has an opportunity to share their perspectives. The key for me is that, can we share our perspectives without taking anything personally?
Yeah,
And that's what usually happens on social media.
that's
Someone
true.
takes it personal.
Exactly. And sometimes too is when I make a comment, it's also goes with what I already seen happen to this person.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually coming to conclusion what I am saying out there. But nevertheless, I am not trying to um, offend anybody. For me, it's just to
Well,
yeah,
let's make sure we understand this. Technically, you can never offend anybody.
No,
A person can take offense, but you can never offend anybody. If you're sharing from your heart,
mm-hmm.
how can you offend anyone? If you're speaking the truth, how can you offend anyone?
Well, that's not up to me. It's up to the other person.
Right. So you're not offending anyone.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. In fairness to the other person. But anyways, let me continue about
Okay.
about my the post.
Okay.
About post commenting on posts. So every time I put a comment in there that not really close to me, I try to be very careful of what I say. But it's a second language. Sometimes it's a little bit harsh, but I
Okay.
didn't mean to be harsh. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to actually as lenient as I could when I'm commenting on somebody else's post that's not close to me. But when it's close to me, I am very sarcastic and trying to be funny.
Okay.
Yeah, and one of my friend actually take it offensively, where he started, what do you mean, it seems like you're attacking me. I said, no, I'm not. So I called that person. I said, hey, you already know me. When I do comments on Facebook and your posts, it's nothing against you at all. This is what I mean. So he started telling me, hey, you know, this is what I think, what you said. I said, I'm really sorry if that's way, but that's not what I really meant.
So let me ask you a question. That same person, meaning the person that's close to you,
Yeah.
that kind of took offense,
Uh-huh.
is that person? Can he also see when you make a comment on someone else?
No,
someone
of
else is
course not.
supposed. And the only reason why I asked, because one of the things you said was, if the person is not close to you, then you're more careful with the words you choose to use in your comments compared to someone else
That
who's
close.
close to you. Why do you change? Why do you do one? Why aren't you consistent? Like what you do for one person, why wouldn't you do for another person, stranger or close or not? Why wouldn't you just be you?
No, well, honestly, Robert, I don't go on social media
Okay.
much. I only go on social media because of social media shows.
Okay.
I don't. Since I'm. It seems that my words are offensive. I stay out on that home button. I stay out on that home button. It doesn't how many notifications is coming out on my page. I'm not clicking that. I just want to go straight to my page and do my thing.
Right.
It's because I'm trying to be funny. I'm their friends. I'm their close friend. Blah blah blah.
Right.
And don't go back on social media, and if you are offended of what I said, don't go back in social media and blast out on me in there.
Okay.
Call me, text me. We have another sources of communication.
Right.
Yeah, because it can be really really bad. But I don't really go in there and start blasting people in a manner that, I know you're laughing at that because of a few weeks ago, right? Yeah, but I didn't.
Because I'm gonna call you out if you post anything or say anything. Yeah, you're right. If you had the courage to say whatever you said on Facebook or whatever, then have the courage to be able to respond to it. Let's keep it right here. If not, then you can always do this from the sidelines, as you said before.
No, well, you know what, Robert, is like what I said when I post with close friends in there, when I comment on their post.
Right.
I did it like many times. It's not
Right.
only the first time, and I think it's the last time now. Um, but they always laugh at me, and they always like, here you go, the bitch is like they put it under my comment. The bitch is on again, and we all laugh. See what I'm saying?
Right.
That's fine, but for this last one, that person start getting upset with me for, what I mean, doing the same thing as I did on his other posts.
It sounds like he got triggered. He definitely got triggered to something that was inside him that wasn't healed, and whatever you said triggered that old emotion up.
Yes, I totally agree with that. I think there is behind the scene that happened.
Right.
And yeah, we are, we are good friends, so it's not really that bad. Like we're gonna start bitching on social media.
Right.
Yeah, it's not, but yeah.
But to just kind of like bring that post back around full circle, and that's how we got connected was through that post.
Yes. What is your take on that post?
I don't think the post made any sense at all. So it was just too many different things that it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to me.
And the world doesn't make sense, but sometimes we use words to communicate, and if we can't formulate our words in a way that a 7-year-old can understand it, then all we're doing is creating more confusion. And that's just my perspective. And so when you say, what's my opinion about that post? The post didn't make sense. So it's kind of hard to give a comment about something when someone says, if you love someone more, Now, how do you love someone more? Like, what's the value of love? And
More.
right.
I think what it meant it was more is like putting your more time to that person, or giving more attention to that. I think that's what a lot of us meant by that more.
So instead of saying love someone more, couldn't it be said that if you give someone too much of your time, or if you invest too much? Because see, the word love has been used for me, has, this my experience, has been used so much that it's almost diluted. Like, people throw the word love out there like it's, man, just anything. But at the same time too, it's the biggest word in the English language that is just so powerful, and yet we throw it around,
Yeah,
as if it has
shouldn't
no
be.
right. And
It shouldn't be
so
thrown out. Yeah,
right. But
there's
yet it's
no
done.
such thing.
Yeah. So that's, for me, that's what I say when you say love someone more. For me, I can't comprehend that. It's like, if you were to tell me, I love you, and I say I love you more, no matter what you do, I can't love you more and I can't love you less. I either love you or
not at all.
not at all, I guess.
Nothing in between.
Right.
Nothing in between. Well, like what I said, I think it's more of the attention that they give to the other person. I don't know, because I forgot about love already. So
Well, and
it's been a
that's my
while.
whole point. Then, I say to people, if you say what you mean, you'll never have to explain what you meant.
I agree with you on that.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And that's that's my perspective when it comes to these different posts. It can mean this, it can mean that. Well, then say what you meant. Say what you mean.
Yeah.
Then you'll never have to explain what you meant.
I got that.
Okay.
I think that makes a lot of sense. That's why what my piece of advice should be, before you posting something, double check what you're posting.
Yeah.
Because analyze it first, the way, like what he said, you don't have to explain yourself.
Yeah. Or like you said, or take a quote or a meme that you saw that, got your attention, and break it down to what it means to you, and then make a post about, something that it means to you.
Yeah.
Like, none of these words, no one owns any words, and it doesn't matter who made the quote, and all this give credit to whoever. We all use the same words. No one owns anything. Take the words, break it down to what it means to you, and if you want to create a conversation, throw it out there.
Yeah, that's why you were here. You are here because this guy is just challenged my brain when he asked me that more,
Right.
love more and thing, and I'm like, that makes sense. That's why I told him, I want you in my show. You are very talented.
Well, thank you for having me again on your show.
Well, we're gonna go on break really quick. Hear our Christmas message, because Christmas is 3 days away, right? 3 days away. Do you spend?
Is it?
Yeah.
You sure?
22nd today.
What's the day? Today, 22nd?
Yes.
Wow.
Is it 22nd?
Is it? I don't know.
But anyways, I believe it's 22nd. 20. Oh gosh, I think I got that mistakenly.
It's today's the 19th. Today's the 19th.
No.
So you got like 6 days.
Yes, it's the 19th. Oh my God, why am I?
Don't worry, time doesn't exist anyway. So.
Oh, see, his mentality is just amazing. I call it very intellectuality. Intellectual, is that correct? That grammar is correct. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna come back on the next segment, and we're gonna be talking about a lot of things that you do and passionate about.
Ah.
Yay.
Okay. I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, we're gonna learn more about Mr. Robert Chandler the Fourth. Robert Chandler. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yeah.
Chandler the Fourth.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yes. So we're gonna come back, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Stay tuned. Hello, everyone.